to be here today fighting for the basic rights of our body. I should not be afraid at 16 to ask my doctor for birth control because I'm afraid of getting pregnant. And that's not the liberty of coming with this. I should not be afraid of being mistreated or hurt by men and then be blamed for it as my problem. We are all here together because we love the human race. We love each other. We love the LGBTQ community. We are all here to support one another as human beings. So many women around the world would not be able to do what we are doing right now. They would not be able to organize. They would not be able to have autonomy over their bodies. But we have that right and we need to maintain it.
That in El Salvador, in San Salvador, the capital, over 2,000 women marched a week ago for the right to abortion. And they were wearing these green bandanas. When you put this green bandana on, you are carrying the spirit of the women around the world, and we need to learn from the women of San Salvador. Standing up to that kind of criminalization, being out there 2,000, I mean, come on, people. April 9th, we need thousands here in Chicago, right? That's right, we are.
We come here today to charge the Supreme Court as follows. We hereby charge you with attempted theocracy. A fetus is not a person, and we are not incubators. How do we find the defendant Supreme Court? Guilty! You are hereby charged with terrorizing women by empowering vigilantes to hunt us down when we demand our basic right to control our own bodies. How do we find the defendant Supreme Court? Guilty! You are hereby charged with denying the basic rights and humanity of women and our gay and trans siblings who refuse to accept your Bible-based bigotry. How do we find the defendant Supreme Court? Guilty! We refuse to allow the Supreme Court to deny our humanity and decimate our right to abortion. Abortion on demand and without apology. Without that basic right, women can be free. Abortion on demand and without apology. Without this basic right, women can be free. Abortion on demand and without apology. Without this basic right, women can be free. Abortion on demand and without apology. Without this basic right, women can be free. Abortion on demand. Okay.
The Revolution Club. Friday from 4 to 6. Reach out to us with a Zoom link. We're going to watch the Revolution Nothing Less show that airs on Thursday, which will have coverage from International Women's Day protests around the country, or at least initial coverage, okay? And we'll also invite you Saturday from 3 to 5 to come meet us in person at our organizing center in South Shore. So get one of these, and yes, where are you?
I just wanted to say thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I come from a little country called El Salvador in Central America. As you may know or not, and we're all educating ourselves, and this is a good platform to do it, and we can educate others. El Salvador is one of the 5 countries in the world where abortion is 100% prohibited. Doesn't matter if the women's health is in danger and the mom is going to die if she doesn't have an abortion. She's still going to jail if she aborts, for example. It's 100% prohibited. And we come to the U.S. because we want our human rights to be respected. And we cannot let this country to go backwards and find ourselves where El Salvador is. There are women in jail in this moment for having miscarriages because they're poor, because the country doesn't understand that women have bodies that miscarriage. They go to jail for 30 years. There are men in power saying it should be 50 years. We cannot let this happen. People, you cannot go backwards. We have to fight, and you here are fighting, and you have no idea how much other countries are looking at the U.S. and what we do and how much we influence, and they become strong because we are strong. And right now, I feel like I had no idea about these issues, and now I live here and I know, and I'm here fighting for other people that can't. We have to keep going. Thank you so much.
Let's get loud for our sisters!
Welcome. Today is International Women's Day, a day when women all over the world take to the streets in defiant protest against thousands of years of patriarchal chains that bind us. And we're here at a crucial moment in history. It's so important that all of you are here, and we're going to grow this movement more. And we're here. Okay, here's this thing about this time we're at. A ticking time bomb of female enslavement is set to go off. If the people in this country don't stand up and radically change things, it's very likely that the Supreme Court will gut or even overturn the legal right to abortion. Oh my God. Okay, y'all, this is huge. It's been legal for 49 years, and 1 in 4 women in this country will have an abortion during their reproductive years. And unfortunately, time is not on our side. This ruling is set to go down in the late spring, at the latest, early June. That ain't right. You are right. There's no hiding from this. Each of us has a choice to make. We can confront this and work to change it, or we can sit back and let this ticking time bomb explode and change all our lives and create a future that is horrific and almost unimaginable. And the fact that you're here means you're refusing to sit back. You need to get involved and stay involved. Right on. Already in Texas, since September, 6 million women and girls have essentially lost the legal right to abortion. And there's horror stories coming out of Texas, I tell you. If Roe is overturned, there's 20 states that have laws on the books that will severely restrict or even outlaw abortion. And I read in the New York Times last night that some of them aren't even waiting, okay? It's really bad. And this includes most of the South and a big chunk of the Midwest. How many millions of women and girls will lose that right? Get this, 100 million overnight. And when women don't have access to abortion, they die. We did an action last Thursday outside Stroger Hospital where women who had abortions prior to it being legal testified about their experience. And the reason we were there is because Cook County Hospital, Stroger now, had a 40-bed septic abortion ward before abortion was legal. 10 to 15 women were brought in every day with perforated uteruses, fevers, 105, 106. One doctor who worked there talked about treating a woman whose bowels were coming out of her vagina. And this is because of back alley butcher abortions or people self-inducing abortions. This is the horrific future we could face. Think of the women's lives that will be foreclosed. the dreams that will be shattered. The women and girls who will be forced to drop out of school, stay in abusive relationships, driven into poverty and despair. Think of the insult and humiliation and isolation that women will feel when this terror hangs over their heads. To have a child, if you want one, can be beautiful. But forced motherhood is female enslavement. Someone else controlling your body in its most intimate dimensions. Someone else controlling one of the most important decisions you make with your life. Someone else could decide to end your life so that another potential life could be brought into being. And in this case, that someone is the state. Okay? No. We say no. The state, the supreme decisions made by a pack of fanatical Christian fascists. Think about it. And the fight against abortion, these so-called antis, they do not care about babies. That is not what it is about. Not at all. It's about restoring with a vengeance the forcible control over women. That's why they also don't believe in birth control, sex education, rights for LGBTQ people, gay marriage, and more. Okay, so given that this is such an emergency, why are there so few of us here, and why are there not millions in the streets? A big reason is that the Democrats and the so-called leaders of the women's movement have essentially given up on this fight. I get emails from the Women's March every day, and they sent one today inviting me to a book club. Okay? This is wrong, right? They're surrendering our rights in advance.
Surrender.
And they're telling you to do the same. And they come throw these workarounds. Abortion pills. Okay, abortion pills could be great, but states are criminalizing them. You could be sent to jail, okay? That's what's up at what the stakes are.
It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. You are so right. And the other thing, getting everyone who needs an abortion to the dwindling number of states where it remains legal, like here, is a delusion. Get ready for a post-Roe rule, they say. We say, hell no! Hell no! We won't submit. We need to break the silence. We need to unleash the fury of women to rise up for abortion rights. This is a winnable fight and one we can win. But it's on us, okay? It's on us to wake people up, shake people up, let people know this is happening. A lot of people are just completely ignorant that this is even going down. And we need to go from these numbers to hundreds, to thousands, and ultimately millions in the streets. And don't believe that can't happen. Remember the summer of 2020? George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and overnight this country was turned upside down. We can do the same, but it's on us to organize others to be part of this. And we can take inspiration from our sisters in South America, where they have fought furiously and relentlessly in Argentina, in Colombia, in Mexico, and won the legal right to abortion in Catholic countries. We need to force everyone to pick a side, and every institution, including the Supreme Court, to respond to our demands. Okay, women are not bitches, hoes. I think we have a poster that says this. Punching bags, incubators. Women are full human beings. I'm with the Revolution Club of Chicago, and we raised the slogan, break the chains, unleash the fury of women as a mighty force for revolution. And I encourage you to find out more about this revolution. But the immediate fight right now is to keep abortion legal. And we in the Revolution Club are 100% behind this fight, uniting together with people of all different political viewpoints and sensibilities. We've all got to come together. Everyone here should follow and join Rise Up for Abortion Rights. The next National Day of Action is called for April 9th, and here in Chicago, we will get a flyer about this. We will be meeting on March 20th to lay plans for April 9th to continue this protest and grow this movement. We refuse to let the Supreme Court deny women's humanity and decimate our rights. Abortion on demand and without apology. Without this basic right, women can't be free. Abortion on demand and without apology. Without this basic right, women can't be free. Is Laura, a student from DePaul. Going to tell us why you're here. Yeah. All right. Hi, everyone. There are 6 million fucking women in Texas without abortions right now. That makes me angry. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty angry about that. And I'm tired. I'm tired of sitting at home and having this conversation. This is bad. I'm tired of doing nothing. And that is why I'm here right now. I know a lot of students right now, they talk about it, they're like, this is wrong, but we need to be here. We need to make this history happen right now. If the Supreme Court thinks we're going to be bystanders while they take our rights away, they are mistaken. Because we are here, and we are here to stay. Woo! Now there's no room for exclusivity in this club. There's no room to look at our neighbors and our other people who look different than us and be like, these people don't deserve this too. We all need to be united on this front. We all need to stand up for this front. Right. Woo! It's our time to get angry, and it's our time to make some noise! Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I come from a little country called El Salvador in Central America. As you may know or not, and we're all educating ourselves, and this is a good platform to do it, and we can educate others. El Salvador is one of the 5 countries in the world where abortion is 100% prohibited. Doesn't matter if the women's health is in danger and the mom is going to die if she doesn't have an abortion. She's still going to jail if she aborts, for example. It's 100% prohibited. And we come to the U.S. because we want our human rights to be respected. And we cannot let this country to go backwards and find ourselves where El Salvador is. Yes. There are women in jail in this moment for having miscarriages because they're poor, because the country doesn't understand that women have bodies that miscarriage. They go to jail for 30 years. There are men in power saying it should be 50 years. We cannot let this happen. People, you cannot go backwards. We have to fight, and you here are fighting, and you have no idea how much other countries are looking at the U.S. and what we do and how much we influence, and they become strong because we are strong. And right now, I feel like I had no idea about these issues, and now I live here and I know, and I'm here fighting for other people that can't. We have to keep going. Thank you so much.
Let's get loud for our sister.
Jesse is going to talk about what it actually meant before Roe v. Wade. A lot of people don't really understand, and this is part of the truth that has been buried by the capitulation of too many people who should be speaking out. So listen up. Jesse?
Hi, I'm Jessie, and I am part of the older generation that basically was forced to basically go before state boards, back alleys, and botched abortions. I was in the state of California when I was 20 years old and I found myself pregnant. I was unwed. This was tantamount to societal suicide. To be unwed at that time, to be Catholic, to basically be in a situation where I was alone with no one, I had to make an important decision. And the decision was I was going to decide my fate. I went before a board in the state of California that required you to basically say that you were either crazy, unstable, or going to commit suicide. This is what it took to get an abortion. I was humiliated. I stood before 10 men as they looked at me like scum, like trash, like, how dare she demand that we give her the right to determine her own life? How dare she come in here? Well, I fought for hours. I was humiliated. I was like trash in their eyes. And after hours of cross-examination, they did engage me and allow me to have an abortion. But that wasn't the end of it. At that time, you went to the hospital. You didn't go to a clinic. You went to a hospital where they put you under anesthetic. And I remember the day I went there and they were reeling me in, and the nurse said to me, she was whispering, you know, we save babies, you are killing babies. And I was so outraged that here I was in this situation that I turned to her and said, fuck off. I am determining where my life is going to be. Now we stand here 50 years since the Roe v. Wade decision was made. And now we've got to get back in the streets. We've got to do what this young generation needs. Is we've got to fight in the streets like the sisters in Colombia and Argentina. And I say to all of you, abortion on demand without apology. Without this basic right, women can't be free. Abortion on demand without apology. Without this basic right, women can't be free. Not the church, not the state. Women will decide our fate. Thank you.
Another story of what it means when women and girls do not have access to abortion. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Gia, and this is my story. I came to the U.S. at age 9. At age 14, I was attending Holy Name Cathedral. One day, upon leaving school to visit with friends at a school near where I lived, I was told my friends were at the park, which was at the lakefront, a few blocks from my home. In my school uniform with rosary and catechism books, I was on my way. Upon arrival at the lake near large bushes and a fountain, I was knocked unconscious and raped. I still carry a 1-inch scar on my head as a reminder of that incident. Months later, upon a doctor's visit, I was told I was pregnant. I did not want the baby, but at 14 years of age, I wasn't aware of what an abortion was. Much later, I learned that the doctor and my mother discussed abortion between themselves, but abortion was not an option. My mother was Catholic as well as I, and I believe the doctor was. I was sent instead to attend the Arts of Living Institute for the duration of my pregnancy. An irony, isn't it? The Arts of Living Institute. I gave birth at age 15 to a beautiful daughter who is now 45 years of age. Today is not an easy day for me because I have never told my story, but I have a voice. and I speak for the voiceless and the many oppressed women worldwide. Forced motherhood is female enslavement. Abortion on demand without apology. Now that took courage, Joel. That was so important.
Momentarily here, I am Jay Becker with Refuse Fascism Chicago chapter. We are a part of a new nationwide movement, Rise Up for Abortion Rights. And this is our first nationwide coordinated action. We are out in the streets right now in New York and Los Angeles and San Francisco and Seattle and Washington, D.C. and Austin, Texas. That's right, in Texas. We are making noise because we refuse to allow the Supreme Court to deny women's humanity and decimate our rights. That's right. So we're going to keep it short today, and then we're going to take off on a march. We're going to start with Dee Williams with the Revolution Club Chicago, another sponsoring organization that is part of Rising Up for Abortion Rights. We come here today to charge the Supreme Court as follows. We hereby charge you with attempted theocracy. A fetus is not a person, and we are not